Ableton is the better DAW. Ableton is better than FL Studio. FL Studio is chill. I'm joking. My bad. Anyways, today I've come here to end all DAW wars. So I'll be going over the things that I like about FL Studio, the things that I like about Ableton. And I'm currently using Ableton and I do not plan on going back to FL Studio. So there might be a little bit of a bias, but I'm just spitting facts, bro. Okay, I'm sorry. In my opinion, Ableton is better than FL Studio. I'm sorry, dead ass. It really is. And this is coming from someone who's used FL Studio for his first 4 years of producing. I've only been on Ableton for 2, but both definitely have their benefits and their downsides. I think FL definitely has some stuff that Ableton could use and vice versa. And I know I'm about to get my ass grilled in the comments because about like 80% of the people that watch this channel use FL Studio, I think. But yeah, I always get hit up what the differences are, so I decided to make this video. And let's get into it. All right, so let's start with the Ableton. Okay, so for Ableton, and I can't pinpoint the exact reason why, I just feel like it overall enhances creativity. As far as for me, when I switched, I felt a huge difference and I felt like I could just do a lot more and I could express myself way clearer than I did in FL. And I know there are some absolute beasts that use FL Studio, don't get me wrong, but for me in my workflow, I feel like Ableton just allowed me to be way more free and creative. And this is after like 4 years of using FL Studio. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull up like a random beat so I can get more into the specifics. All right, shit. I think first, what I really love about Ableton is the live recording. For me, it's felt a lot more seamless and way smoother than FL Studio did. I don't know if it was just for me, but every time I feel like I recorded stuff live in FL, I just had like a delay to it. I don't know what it was. But yeah, Ableton makes it super easy to record stuff live. All you have to do is just arm the track. Oh shit. So yeah, Ableton definitely has a way better recording system, I feel like. Like, I record drums in now. Like, I would never do that type of shit in FL Studio. Like, record my kick pattern. Like, are you fucking crazy? So what I do in Ableton usually is I'll just like punch in a sloppy groove, you know, for the kick and the snare, and then I'll just quantize it later. But doing this also made the process a lot more fun for me as well. Okay, so watch how easy this is, bro. I'm just gonna play the beat and then I'm gonna start recording like midway into the loop, and then just watch how easy it is to record. Ready? And then I'll just go back, Command J, and then quantize if I want to. But yeah, so that's one thing that Ableton definitely has over FL Studio is the live recording. Another game changer Ableton advantage is the sample stretching / manipulation. If you haven't seen my how to sample like a god video, I basically explain how to sample in Ableton and why it's so beneficial. But yeah, man, having the ability to just click on a sample and really go into it and set the markers to where you want is just, it changes the game. And I know FL has like new time or new tone, whatever it's called, but that shit is ass, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. It's not there yet, but once it is there, let me know, because yeah, Ableton wins for now. Another thing that I truly do love about Ableton is grouping. Let me show you guys how easy it is to group in Ableton. So you just gotta highlight a few tracks, press Command G, and there you go. You got your own group or a bus, whatever you want to call it. So this has helped a lot with like drum bussing. I would never drum bus in FL Studio, but I do a lot now in Ableton. And just bussing in general helps you get your levels way cleaner when you're able to control things in groups. All right, now I'm gonna talk about automation. Automation in Ableton is... it's just better, dude. I don't even know. So basically, you can really automate anything in Ableton. I know you can in FL Studio too, but it's very confusing to automate plugins in FL Studio. I don't know if you've ever tried, but that shit is... it's pretty hard. And also, you know how in FL, when you create an automation clip, it creates its own track? Like, that's just extra. Ableton, the automation track is on the actual track that you're automating, so it keeps it way cleaner. So look, in Ableton, if you want to automate an effect, all you have to do is click on the effect you want to automate, and then just have the drop-down menu. Just look at all these options. I just overall think Ableton's automation process is just smoother. All right, now let's get into the heavy hitters. So one big W is if I were to try and grab like a loop or something. Hold up, let me just search up a loop. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this loop, and when you grab loops off of the browser and drag it onto the arrangement view, it auto warps it already, so you could hear how it sounds. Dude, in this feature, I can't even tell you how helpful it is. Also, you could be playing the beat and clicking on loops at the same time, and it'll auto sync, and you could just hear how it sounds with the beat, which is fucking crazy. So yeah, that's crazy for workflow. All right, and what I think is the biggest W of them all is the sound browser. I think the sound browser is the most specific thing I could pinpoint to that what has changed my workflow. So in Ableton, you have the option of searching literally anything from your sounds at any given moment. So let's say I want to like get like a moan sound. I could just go to the all results tab and I have every moan in my library. And this just hits different, man. It just gives you like your palette changes, you know, instead of working out of packs, you're working out of everything you have to offer. So if I'm making a beat, I literally just type in perk and I'll just start clicking away as the beat is playing until I find something I like. And being able to do this has completely changed my sound selection process. When I was in FL Studio, I used to only work out of packs that I was comfortable with, but now I feel like I could just click through a bunch of random stuff, and then if I like something, I end up using it. All right, that's enough sucking off Ableton. Let's go into FL. All right, so where do I even start with FL, bro? I don't even know. All right, so I think one thing that you just can't argue against it is FL's piano roll. I'm gonna definitely agree that FL's piano roll is way easier to use, and this is because when you use Ableton, like Ableton likes to be showing you everything at once, so you can see the effects change while you can see the arrangement, and FL kind of has like pages, so like the piano roll is its own like view, and like the arrangement view is its own view, and you know what I mean. Another thing I could give to FL is it's probably a little bit more user friendly. Like when you open it, you're just not like intimidated by how it looks. Another clear obvious dub for FL is the drum rack. Yeah, the drum rack just makes laying drums down super easy and quick. I definitely loved it when I used it, and I low-key do miss it sometimes. So I feel like if you're trying to pump out shit like really fast and just quick, solid, strong ideas, FL Studio is definitely for you. Another thing that I did enjoy about FL is like the mixer. It makes it a lot easier to kind of like visualize shit when you're leveling your beats. And I think, yeah, it's pretty crucial because a lot of people need their visuals. They need to be seeing what they're hearing, you know what I mean? So yeah, mixer's fire, drum rack, piano roll. What am I? Oh, Fruity Slicer. You guys already fucking know, dude. I miss fruit, bro. I have withdrawals every day of my life about Fruity Slicer. Easily I wouldn't say it's the best. I think it's my favorite, but I wouldn't say it's the best. But my favorite sampler. Yeah, this thing is just the GOAT. I can't even explain it. If you don't even know about it, then you probably haven't seen any of my older videos. Fruity Slicer. Fruity Slicer, baby. Fruity Slicer. Fruity Slicer. But yeah, running samples through here just made him sound so fire. And it honestly created its own sound. Like that Q Beats chopped up shit. Dude, thank the Fruity Slicer. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about FL Studio, which is like kind of hard to explain because you can't really see it, is just the way shit sounds. Shit just hits in FL for no reason. I can't even explain to you why. It's just easier to get shit to sound good in FL Studio is basically what I'm trying to say. Like when I moved into Ableton, I could not figure out why my mixes just weren't the same. And I feel like it's because in Ableton, you need headroom for shit to sound good. But in FL, bro, you could just crank whatever the fuck you want and it just hits, bro. I don't know. And that's also why I think it's easier to use. You don't need to know how to mix as well to get shit to sound good in FL. And I can tell you in Ableton, you can get your shit to hit. Don't get me wrong, but there are a little bit more levels to it. For me, it's made it more enjoyable when my shit sounds good, but you can't deny how FL sounds. So yeah, there's my spiel on FL and Ableton. I didn't go as in depth to the very specifics. I just want to give a general like overview of everything. But yeah, I hope you found this video helpful, entertaining, informative, whatever the fuck. And before I go, I just want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. So yeah, I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. And if you haven't heard about Skillshare yet, you're just sleep. They provide a very innovative way to learn new skill sets online. And if you're like me and you like to learn things off of YouTube, I promise you Skillshare's system is a lot more efficient. And all their lessons are split up into these little categories, which allows you to pick things out more specifically. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention it's only $10 a month, which is crazy. And the first 1,000 people that click the link in the description will get a free trial of a premium membership. And last time I used Skillshare, I learned how to play bass, but today I'm going to be trying some jazz piano. And shout out to Arthur Birdman. I really enjoyed his tutorials because most of the time when I look up things on jazz piano, it's a little bit too complex and a little bit too theory based, and it's hard for me to catch on, but he made it very easy for beginners. And yeah, man, I just want to thank Skillshare once again for sponsoring the video. And yeah, I think that's it. Ableton gang, FL gang, I love all of you. Keep making beats. It really doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what DAW I use, honestly. But Ableton is better.